Hey party people, this is Jeremy from Jumble Out Plays Games, PAX 2018. We are still here at the Kosmos booth. Now we're taking a look at the new Dynasty expansion, which seems to add more scoring tile types and stuff like that. Go ahead.
That is correct.
Take it away. Let's see what we got.
With the Imhotep expansion, New Dynasty, we now have one additional board for each of the locations. And those are also double-sided as well. So now, of the 5 locations, there are 4 variations.
Okay.
So there's even more replayability when you play the game. So there are changes to the burial chamber where these tiles will come out and dictate specifically where the stones will be placed within the burial chamber. So now you're still scoring points based on the amount that are connected. However, as I unload, I might take this 2 and then my stone gets placed here. So it's no longer top to bottom, left to right.
Okay.
It's based on these tiles that are available where your stone is going to go. So it really changes and gives some extra strategy to trying to get there and pre-plan where your stones are going to get unloaded. There's also the burial mound, and with the burial mound, players are going to be unloading their stones and making sort of a pyramid, but a flat pyramid. So it's going to start coming up in this formation and end up at the top. Now, at the end of the game, you're going to get a number of points based on your connected cubes multiplied by the height of the burial mound.
Okay.
So the base level counts as 0, and then you get 1, 2, 3.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
That's some real extra strategy.
That's a complete change from what you just showed me, so yeah.
There's the pyramid corridor. So this is the alternate to the original pyramid. And in this, we actually have a little Imhotep statue. Now, when your stones are unloaded, they're going to go in the next open space in front of Imhotep. Okay. And then you have the option of moving Imhotep 1 space. Now, the reason you may want to do that is if you're in a situation where Imhotep is still in the starting space, these locations have all been chosen, the next one available is 4 points. I've just placed it in and gotten 1. I might want to move him to stop my opponents from being able to get that 4 points for the next stone that's getting unloaded.
Okay.
The opposite side of it is my favorite change to the pyramid because it is the pyramid scaffolding. And with the pyramid scaffolding, we actually have these wooden scaffolding boards. And they'll all start face down. And at the start of the game, we'll flip one over. And these dictate the rewards that you're going to get when a stone gets unloaded.
Yes.
So the first stone gets unloaded, that player gets a card. Or the next player gets victory points, and stones. Now, once that's full, you start the next layer of scaffolding.
Oh, whoa.
So it has a really great table presence because it builds up. It looks like real scaffolding.
That's really cool.
Really, really awesome.
That's really cool.
So all the boards are also completely different. In each game, they're going to be randomized, so you don't know which ones are going to come up when. So that's a really, really awesome new board.
Really, really awesome. Wow. And that's coming out. That's out right now.
That's out right now.
Wow.
It was brand new. We had it at Gen Con for a demo, but we only had 7 copies, just purely for demonstration purposes. They had just come in off the boat. So the first sale at a convention was at BGG Con, and now we have it here as well, and it should be in retail as well.
And what's the MSRP on that one?
MSRP is $24.99.
Hey, that is wonderful. That's actually a really solid expansion for
it is.
People. Yeah,
it
that's
really
a lot
is
in there.
Because there's additional boards. There's like a Tetris style building of the obelisks. You also have my favorite board of all, which is the temple arena, in which you're doing a chariot race.
Oh, wow.
And there's little chariots in every player's color. And so as you unload stones, you'll be moving the amount of arrows where you unload your stone.
Okay.
What's really awesome with this expansion is that it brought in the possibility of negative victory points. So if you never, ever, ever unload a boat at a stone at the temple arena, and you never participate in the chariot race, you're going to end up with -4 victory points at the end of the game. But not only do you score at the end of the game based on the distance that you traveled around the racetrack, you also score at the end of every round based on your position, whether you're in first or second place.
Okay.
And that also changes depending on players. So a 3 and a 4 player game, the first place person will get an additional 2 points, but if it's only a 2-player game, only the first place person gets points at the end of every round.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, it's a really, really awesome board. These scarabs work with a modular expansion, or a modular piece to the expansion, I should say, called Prophecies. So there's a certain number of prophecy cards that came with the game. You could use them with the base game as well. You're not required to use any of the components to the expansion to use the prophecy cards. So what you'll do is at the beginning of the game, we'll deal out 3 of these prophecy cards. And every player gets 2 different scarabs in their player color. Now what these do, they're essentially, you're prophesizing that you're going to complete a specific task before the end of the game. Now the earlier that you prophesize and claim it, one of these, by putting your scarab on it, the more victory points you're going to get if you complete that task.
Okay.
And then the last piece that they have in the expansion are some additional market cards. So there's some new copies of the blue market cards, some additional ornaments for the end game scoring, as well as red cards, some additional statues just because of the fact that you have to balance out the deck. But one of the biggest things are the cargo sleds. And the cargo sled allows you to keep 2 additional stone in your player color. So now instead of only holding 5 stones, you're holding 7 stones.
Okay.
So you have more chances to get stones onto a boat before other players.
Yeah. Wow. That's, dude, you actually kind of blew me away there because I was like, oh, wow, that's it. Then I saw you're like, no, and this, and then this. You had it quite a bit. That's almost like a new, refreshed game.
It is.
Right.
It is. You could essentially play a completely different version of Imhotep every time you play based on the amount of locations that there are.
Okay. So thank you so much for giving us that was a big time overview of the expansion. That's New Dynasty. Once again, it's out right now, right?
It is out right now.
And the MSRP is $24.99, you said?
That is correct.
All right, so thank you so much. This is Jeremy from Jambalaya Plays Games. We're at the Kosmos booth. We're going to be here for a while. So just stay tuned for more Packs and Plug coverage. Take care, party people.